tonight we want to honor these 5 guys right here, okay, who last year, in just 1 year, and some of them been here for several years, were an enormous part of why last year in 2012 is arguably certainly the best or one of the best seasons in the history of UCF baseball. And these 5 guys were an enormous part of it. So let's give them a round of applause here. Now, I could go on for all of these guys individually, okay, for about an hour. Most of you guys know I could do that, all right? But I do have a first pitch and Ben Lively to get ready in the bullpen, so I won't do it as much. And these guys could probably do the same and tell stories about me for an hour, all right? They probably will if I get out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read exactly what's on these plaques for each one of them here. And I'm going to first up is Ronnie Richardson, okay? Ronnie Rich. It says here, Ronnie was a member of the All-Conference Conference USA second team in 2012 and named to the Coral Gables All-Regional team as a center fielder. He ended his 3-year career with 65 hit-by pitches, shattering the... hey, for the record, I never made him do that, okay? I get asked that all the time, right? Back me up on this. Hey, man, I never did it, but I never told him not to either, okay? Just for the record on that. And it says that Richardson also finished top 10 in on-base percentage, runs scored, and walks, and he was drafted in the 16th round by the San Diego Padres in 2012. Ronnie Richardson, not only for the accolades that I just said, physically and what he did on the field, his leadership, his attitude, that big smile you always see from this guy was infectious, and our baseball program will forever be a huge part. Congratulations. Next to Ronnie is the big man, DJ Hicks. I'm going to read you DJ's here. DJ became the first 2-time All-American in program history. That deserves a round of applause. He was a 2012 Conference USA Preseason Player of the Year, a Baseball America Midseason All-American, and an All-Conference USA selection each of his 3 seasons. Hicks was a 2-time NCAA Regional All-Tournament Team honoree and finished second all-time at UCF in sac flies, 5th in home runs, 6th in RBIs, 7th in walks. He ranked second all-time with a .995 fielding percentage and made 38 appearances on the mound. Hicks was drafted in the 17th round by the Minnesota Twins in 2012, one of the best hitters this program has ever seen, DJ Hicks. Darnell Sweeney. One thing that's not going to be on here, Darnell doesn't hold it against me, I hope, is that he only missed 1 game, starting 1 game, all right, in 3 years at shortstop. How about that? I don't know who the coach was that broke that streak. But I still remember I told you, I said, D, listen, come here. I said, you're not going to play tonight. First time I ever said that in 3 years. I said, you didn't do anything wrong. All right, relax. I just need to give you a little bit of a break for us on this postseason run. So Darnell Sweeney. Darnell started all but 1 game at shortstop for the Knights in his 3-year career and ranks 3rd all-time with 560 assists. He was named to the Coral Gables All-Regional Team in 2012. In 2010, he earned Louisville Slugger Collegiate Baseball National Player of the Week on May 24th and also made the Conference USA All-Freshman Team. Sweeney was drafted in the 13th round by the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2012. And I can tell you this, and as I say for all of these guys, Darnell Sweeney, when you talk about what he brought to this baseball program, on the field and off the field from a leadership standpoint, I'll tell you what, a plaque in itself doesn't recognize it. I can tell you this guy's one of the greatest leaders this baseball program has ever seen. And I'll tell you what you did will be forever grateful, every person here. Darnell Sweeney. Next to him, Romario Madrid. All right, now this is not a lie, okay? This is not a lie. I always told these guys, so listen, you're going to walk through that office. It's always an open door policy. You may not always like what you hear, but I promise you I won't lie to you, okay? And when I tell you this, I was sitting in my desk about 7 o'clock this morning making our lineup up, not all of them, okay, but putting some things in there, and I'm telling you, I almost wrote Madrid. I'm telling you, I almost did, because you're so used to it, and you get to the M and then Rogers, and I was like, ooh, and then I had to look at the roster right there, okay? I'm not going to lie, I wish I could put both those guys at the end of the game. I can promise you tonight. Roman Madrid. Roman holds the second lowest single-season ERA in program history at 1.0. He appeared in 32 games for the Knights in 2012 and compiled a 5-2 record with 3 saves while striking out 46 batters and limiting opposing hitters to a .218 batting average. Madrid was drafted in the 7th round by the San Diego Padres in 2012. Roman, you were only here 1 year, but let me tell you something. That year you were here last year, everybody will always remember that. And I will personally remember not only what you did and that unbelievable nasty slider, okay? And let me tell you something. There's a lot of hitters that remember that thing, too. I can promise you that, okay?
He's still doing the same thing in pro ball.
That's exactly right. That's it. We'll all remember that, but I tell you one of the things I'll always remember too is certainly your guys' friendship, your work ethic, the attitude you always brought from the moment you showed up here, okay? When we signed you out of junior college out of Texas, from the moment you showed up here, the moment you left here, you were on a mission. You were on a mission to get better. I remember it when I first talked to you, why you wanted to come to UCF, and you lived up to every expectation is because of you and your work ethic. So congratulations. And last but certainly not least, okay, Joe Rogers. It says Joe was an All-Conference USA first-team selection as a relief pitcher in 2012. He holds the Knights' all-time saves record with 30 and single-season record after closing out 13 games in 2012. How about that? The all-time saves lead. Okay. He made 79 career appearances during his first 3 years and holds the single-season record for most games finished while owning an ERA of 1.47 in 2012. And I can tell you this guy's on his way to the big leagues. Rogers was drafted in the 5th round by the Detroit Tigers in 2012. This guy, Joe, I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm not going to get emotional. I could. This guy, hey, I'm telling you, I remember like it was yesterday, your family and the recruiting process. And I remember, I'll tell you a quick story. We were at East Com, and you were playing for the Juice with Chet Lemon. And I rolled up there, and I said, I walked right to the fence. I saw you throw like 3 batters. I'm telling you the truth. I walked at the Chet. I said, what is the deal with Rogers? Who's this guy? And he says, well, he's pretty good. His command keeps coming. I said, that's the attitude that I want, okay? And I'm telling you something. I wasn't sure if you're going to be a closer, but the first time that I saw you and I saw you pitch, it was that mentality. Joe Rogers, just like I told all of these guys, he certainly will go down as one of the greatest, if not one of the greatest, if the greatest closer and relief pitcher in the history of UCF baseball. But what Joe Rogers, just like all of these guys, brought to UCF baseball was an unbelievable work ethic, a positive attitude, an incredible leader on our team, and I can tell you what, it was a pleasure coaching you, buddy, for 3 years. Joe Rogers. These guys right here, these 5 guys, I've said it, I continue to say it, but please don't let it diminish the significance of what I'm saying. I'm saying it over and over again because these 5 guys, there are so many alumni in this room right now. I look at them, you know, Lawrence and Jimmy and so many other people here, that the tradition, I want everybody to understand, the tradition of UCF baseball, it's awesome. You know, it's incredible. Okay, and it's because of all the alumni in this room. It's incredible. You look at the NCAA regionals, the postseason. Look on the board out there, you know, in right field and what they've done. And then obviously these guys, they brought it back. These 5 guys helped bring it back and helped bring UCF baseball back in the national spotlight by going to back-to-back regionals, being ranked as highest 7th in the country. And a lot of you guys, when we started this recruiting process, you took a chance, you believed in the vision, you believed in what was happening here, and because a large part, because of what you 5 guys did, is because of now they're able to experience a success in 2013 because you guys have brought this baseball program back. You've laid the foundation. You'll always be a UCF Knight, and if any time I can ever do something for you, I'm a phone call away. Really appreciate everything you guys did. These 5 guys right here.